gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Do I know what's going to happen? No, I'll guess.
We win one tomorrow. That's called a winning streak.
All right, I'm not a fucking athlete. This is my fucking way. This is how I win.
Adapt or die.
What's happening, everyone? Welcome into another episode of the A+ Sports League podcast. Week 16 picks, preview, Survivor, trivia, everything under the sun. And we'll get into our Doghouse segment, which we skipped over last week. I'm your host, Matty Maitai. With me, as always, is Nick Cometa and Matt Livinati. What's happening, guys?
Not much. How's it going? Our second time being virtual here. It's a fun experience.
Second time we're doing this together where the Steelers have screwed me, so they are dead to me.
At least it wasn't Ray McLeod this time.
I know. It's just the whole team this time.
I was rooting for him to muff it yesterday.
Oh, well, yeah, we are remote this week, and we will be remote next week as well. But come playoff time, we will be back into our normal studio, and content might sound a little better. Let's just jump right into the Doghouse segment, reviewing last week. And Nick, do you want to tell us who your Doghouse members are?
Well, if we all had the Bucks -6. And the Falcons decided to play defense for the second time this year.
For the first half.
Yeah.
And obviously, they decided to come back and put up a fight. And then the Buccaneers come down. Looks like they're going to kick a field goal to make it a 7-point game, up by 4. And on third down, they end up at least a yard short. The sideline ref moves it up 1.5 yards. Still, it looks like when they measure it on the replay, it's about an inch or two short.
This was no index card situation.
No, that was like a good inch. Like I'm showing, it's like a good inch or two short, and they gave him the first down. So instead of now the Bucks may have still went for it. On 4th and inches, because analytics may show it that way. But if not, they could go kick a field goal and go up by 7.
And cover the spread. The wild thing is, I don't know how you aren't allowed to challenge the referee's judgment of where the ball is not in front of the mark.
It was under 2 minutes. They looked at it. They didn't change the spot.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You don't even need to change the spot. You just need to look and be like, hey, you guys missed this. It's clearly not hitting the stake. Like, I don't.
Nothing to do with the spot. It's including the spot.
Yeah, like the spot's not the issue. It's the idiot refs that are like, oh, it's only like an inch short. Give them the first.
Yeah, it was
wild. And it doesn't.
But then, secondly, I would like to nominate the Jets punter for making a tackle.
Oh my God.
The Rams punt return, which would have given the Rams the lead, and obviously a lot of people picked the Rams to come back in that game. Well, I bet in some sorts, hand up. That would have been a nice touchdown to take the lead. But instead, the punter makes a tackle. I don't know who's in the more doghouse. The kick returner, I forgot who it was, for getting tackled by the punter, or the punter who inevitably
I assume that's Cooper Farrell.
The number 1 pick. If you look at it, one player, like if you look back in 98, where the Packers are set to get the number 1 pick, they end up winning week 17 or 16. The Cowboys then get the number 1 pick, and Troy Aikman goes to the Dallas Cowboys instead of the Packers. Like that's a life-altering loss or win for the Packers. This is the same for the Jets. Trevor Lawrence is the best prospect since Manning, basically coming out of college. He's a guarantee. Puts up 350 and 3 touchdowns every week in college against the best teams. He's going to be the number 1 pick. He's going to be a Pro Bowler and a future Hall of Famer probably. And the Jets screwed it up by winning that game. So I don't know if you can't really blame the punter.
No, you do. You do blame the punter. He
How many
cost
guys
that.
just going out there and making a play? Like everyone's making a play.
Hey, clearly the punter was not in the meeting where they discussed that they were tanking for the season. They must not have included special teams very often, though.
Players
So,
don't tank.
unfortunately, he did not get the memo, and yeah, they're going to miss out on Trevor Lawrence, who size, speed, and talent just looks like a generational player. So, hey, who knows? Maybe the Jags will pull a little upset this week over the Bears. You never know.
That'd be nice. Well, as long as whoever's picking number 2 doesn't take Penny Sewell, then I'm happy. I need him there at 3.
Although I don't think we can put the Jets punter here simply because it's only if you had the Rams money line, which I know you did, but I think the one that really hurt people was the Atlanta Falcons Tampa Bay referee and that marking. And I'm going to backdate us a little bit real quick. I do remember now who last week's Doghouse member would be, and that would be the Cleveland Browns special team. I don't know how we didn't talk about it, but the safety at the end of the game that cost people who had the line at, I think, -3.5 or +3.5, +4, they were down 3 and took a safety on the last second of the game on a special teams play to get to -5. Oh, yeah. Browns.
Yeah, it goes from a push to a loss and for a lot of people.
Someone on the Browns team has been a member in the doghouse 3 times this year. They have fucked up 3 spreads royally. So
hey, what a shocker if somehow Cody Parkey were to fuck over the Browns and lose them a playoff game. That's definitely not what's going to happen, Browns fans.
Cool.
I don't think we have.
I think he's listening to this as a Browns fan.
Well, I'm just saying, like, we're talking about how special teams has already fucked them out of 3 games. You don't think even if they do make the playoffs, which it's going to be funny if they go 11-5 and don't, but if they do, Cody Parkey's definitely going to lose them that game. That's all I know.
Yeah, I think it's just a Bears thing. I don't know if it's Cody Parkey or if it's just like playing in Soldier Field for the Chicago Bears makes you miss.
But this is the Browns. It's the same. Like, think about
no, the Browns. He'd hurt himself just trying to kick it, and he'd like tear an ACL. He wouldn't even get the kick off.
Sorry to bring us more off the rails.
All right. So that is our Doghouse members of the week. We will give it to the Atlanta Falcons, Tampa Bay Buccaneers referees for not being able to properly judge a first down.
Because even if it's 4th down, they may even like run it into because they're down at the 5. They may even run it into the touchdown on 4th down. So never know.
Either way, it could have worked out, but it didn't, and I lost my super lock. Nick, you also lost your super lock because you took the Rams -15. Lib, you won the super lock of Titans -10.5. They can seem to control that entire game. So good one there. And then our over-unders, Nick did win his. He had the Chiefs Saints over 51.5. Nice hit there. That was actually pretty close. Lib lost the Rams Jets under 41.5 because
the Jets scored.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought the Jets were going to score 23 points? And I lost on the Chargers Raiders under 51.5 because Anthony Lynn, once again, could be an honorary Doghouse member, decided that we have a 40-yard field goal. Let's run a play-action boot play where no blockers and lose 10 yards, kick a 51-yard field goal, miss it, go to OT, and that's how you lose the under.
That sucks, but I just want it to be known here. You check the fucking tape. I said last week, I'm seeing it on a lot of other books that Jets Rams under is like 43, but even at 41.5, I'll take it. And of course, it would have pushed at 43.
I mean, you guys wouldn't let me.
Oh no, I'm not bitching. I'm just saying.
Line. We didn't change Lib's 10.5, but I had to change my over/under line down from 53.
I'm not bitching. I'm just saying it's funny that I was like comfortable with it at 43, but I'm like, oh yeah, I'll still take it.
Hey, our book had it up at 41.5. What are you gonna do?
Yep.
So on the week, Nick went 1-1, Lib went 1-1, I went 0-2. But our show teaser did hit, Nick. Even though the Bucks might have fucked the lineup, they did not fuck the game up, and we hit with the Bills-Bucks. So
saved my week.
Yeah, I was really worried about the Bucks part of that, but worked out. Overall records last week, Nick went 7-8-1 against the spread. Lib went 6-9-1, and I led the way at 8-7-1, all kind of floating around 500. But fun fact, I hit 13 picks in the season Pick'em League.
Ooh,
only got 3 wrong.
Up. Nice.
Yeah, but unfortunately 14 was the number to make some money. So Nick is still leading on the year, 55-58. Lib is 51-62, and I am 54-59. We all have 4 pushes. And yeah, let's see if we can try to get to that magical 50% at least for this week. So
I'm going the wrong way on that, but yeah, we'll try.
yeah, so I pulled it up the other day. I have it right here for me. I got to add the Steelers on here. I didn't look for you guys, but I am 36, 25, and 2 over the last 4 weeks after a bad start to the season. So feel good. I feel good. I feel like I got winners in me.
Good for
I'm
you.
gonna fade you this week.
Okay, good. Well, let's start with the first game of the week. Christmas Day game, Friday football, which now gives us a game that has happened on every single weekday this year. We had Tuesday night football, Wednesday night football. We get a Friday game now, so we'll get football every day of the year. So the Christmas Friday game is the Minnesota Vikings at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are favored by 7.5 points at home. The over/under is set at 52. I'm super excited to watch this. I really don't even care who wins.
Yeah, I mean,
It should be a good game.
What time is the game? Is it a night game?
4:30.
Ooh, even better. Nice little mid-afternoon Christmas game.
Yeah, right after Christmas dinner.
I mean, this is a good line because it's at that 7.5. A lot of people are going to go back and forth on it. Probably going to move close to the game time. So if you would, I think this line's going to go up and down around that 7.
It was 7 this morning. It's already 7.5.
Yeah, so
it was 7.5 yesterday though, so it is going up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like this is going to move up and down. So I'm gonna take the Saints. I just think that they're getting they're skimming around, losing 2 straight against the Eagles and Chiefs. But Breeze is back. They look like the offense is kind of getting a little bit back together. Thomas should be back. Oh no, he's out.
Thomas is out. He's on the IR.
Yeah, he's done for the regular season.
He's done for the. I forgot. I literally was talking through it, and I was just like, Michael. Oh, he's out. So yep. Give me the Vikings. Vikings will backdoor cover this. I know it. That's. I like the Saints to win.
I don't think we can let him flip his picks anymore. He does it too much. We got to do.
I'm talking through the picks. This is how we. It's like an inside track of how we pick. It's like that's what they want to see. They just want to tell you what it is. It's the logic.
I don't want to know how the sausage is made, Nick.
Vikings,
especially
just
shitty.
Because they're going to backdoor cover. That's the only. All right, next game. Let's go.
I'm on the Vikings. I think it's going to be. I actually think it's going to be a pretty close game. I know the Saints defense did well against Mahomes, but they still let up 29 points. Dalvin Cook. I mean, I know they have a good run defense, but Dalvin Cook seems to break those run defenses. And with Jefferson and Thielen, I think they keep it close. Indoor game for Kirk Cousins, which is good. Nice stadium road game. So, give me the Vikings.
God damn it. I wanted to go Vikings too, and now I just want to go contrarian, but I'm going to stick with the Vikings. It'll be around for us. Like you said, Kirk on the road in a dome with no fans, not the normal Superdome feel.
Oh, you like that. You like that.
If it's -7, do you guys change your mind?
No, because I like to take the push. If it's 6.5, then it's when I get to the Saints.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, so that moves off our only Christmas game. Our next game is Saturday Day Football, 1 p.m. game. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions. The spread, why do we have it at 9.5? It was 10.
I didn't change it.
Oh,
I changed it. Okay, so the line, I must change it. Line's at 9.5 points. Lions are getting 9.5, and the over/under is set at 53.5. I don't care about this line. I'm taking the Bucks -9.5. I think they just fucking steamroll them.
Yeah, same. And this is going to be the first part of the teaser this week.
I like this as part of the teaser. You don't like the Saints there? You think the Vikings got a chance to actually win it?
Yeah, I know.
The fucking worst part is this line started at 7.5. I looked at it yesterday and I almost put the teaser in, or maybe it was even Sunday night when Lib texted me. I almost put it in and teased it down to 1.5. Now it's 9.5. I don't like it. Sorry.
You don't like it going
3.5
to 2.5?
Oh, you're gonna do 7-point tease?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yes. Now you've tickled my fancy.
The game's not up right now, so.
Bucks is your pick, Nick?
Yeah, it's don't trust the Lions, even though Stafford somehow played last week, which really got me a little worried against the Titans. But they can't sustain anything like throughout an entire game. The Lions, so the Bucks will run away with it at some point. It may be close to start. They may get a classic Marvin Jones touchdown or something, or Swift touchdown. And
that's what scares me. And I mean, like the Buccaneers offense was just held in check for an entire half plus against the Falcons defense. And I know, so the Lions defense isn't anything good either, but
I don't think he's taking the Lions.
Well, look at the cornerbacks. The cornerbacks for the Lions stink.
I know. I'm still going with the Buccaneers. With all that being said, it doesn't feel good. I already got this as part of a teaser at 1.5, but
okay. So bet the Lions, bet the Saints so far.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, let's move to our second Saturday game. We have the San Francisco 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are favored by 4.5 points at home. Over under is set at 48.5. What do you think?
I mean, I think that the Cardinals. This is a divisional game, and for the Cardinals, laying 4.5.
You guys are still thinking about it. Cardinals for me, -4.5.
I was good. I was going to take Cardinals. I was waiting for him.
I am too. I was trying to. Yeah.
I thought you were going to do the Niners in a divisional game because they always play. These two play it close.
Agreed.
But the Niners are just one of the most confusing teams of the year, right? I cannot get a read on what the hell this team does.
Well, I'm just doing it based off of injury. I mean, most are hurt again. Jeff Wilson got banged up, I think.
Jeff Wilson's fine. Mostert's out for the year.
Mostert's out.
He's healthy.
They have C.J. Beathard playing now. Not that he's much worse than Nick Mullins, but it's just a consistency thing with guys. It's an injury thing for me.
Oh, yeah, I agree. It just seems these all seem a little too easy.
Yeah, I think Cardinals are a fraud, but I think they can cover this.
Yeah.
Same.
They're fighting for more than what the Niners are. Niners are kicked out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Cardinals still holding on to that wild card.
Yeah, and it's a home game for them, so that's nice. 2 in a row.
It's a home game for both teams.
Well, yeah, I guess. So, all right, round of Cardinals there. We'll go to the next game. We have the Miami Dolphins at the Oakland Raiders for our Saturday night game. Raiders are 3-point dogs at home. Over-under is 48.
Do we know the status of Carr?
He's out for sure.
Mariota was.
I would say that's an improvement.
I don't know about that. Carr has been playing well this year. I like the Dolphins in this game. They're just putting together a good season, and their defense is just a lot better, and that's the only reason why I'm taking the Dolphins. Is their defense. Tua's not turning the ball over, knock on wood, as much to cost them games. He's game managing well, and they're running the ball very well. So give me the Dolphins -3. I've said this before. If I think they're going to win, I'll rather take the 3 and push than.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I'm going with the Dolphins here as well. Mariota's a good enough backup and is competent, but Xavier Howard should quietly be in conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. He's been phenomenal this year, and that interception he had last week was Odell Beckham-like. I just think this defense is too good for a backup quarterback, and the Raiders' offense that was kind of inept to begin with. 3's not enough points. I'll take the Dolphins.
You're all on the Dolphins, huh? Well, not this guy. I'm going to take Raiders. I think one advantage I always like to play up is the fact that they will be coming off of a Thursday game, so they get a little bit of rest here. I think I think the Raiders' offense looked stalled with Carr over the last few weeks, and I think Mariota livened them up. I think the best part of the Dolphins' defense, as Matt said, was the cornerbacks. But guess what? Raiders don't have any big receivers that you want to shut down. There are Darren Waller in the middle, who's not going to be covered by one of those two good cornerbacks.
They can bracket him.
Fine, okay, double team him. But my point is, then it's Hunter Renfrew, then it's Nelson Aguilar, then they have guys that are good, not great. So you're not shutting down a Julio Jones or Keenan Allen or a player like that where you can just go put him on an island. You've got to worry about all these bits and pieces, and then Mariota's running. So you basically eliminate the best part of the Miami Dolphins defense with just the style of your offense.
I don't know.
Jacobs,
They still kind of held the Patriots down in the run game a little bit.
the
And
Patriots fucking suck. That's the
they
least
can run
impressive
the
win of
ball.
the year.
They can run the ball,
Not
but
anymore. Have you watched a Pats game the last few weeks? They can't do a fucking thing.
I hear
They're
you,
bend
but
over.
I think that Byron Jones on the other side of the field, like it's not like they've got one great corner and it's Revis Island. Like that secondary as a whole has been phenomenal.
Let me just rattle off the last 6 games for the Dolphins, by the way. A win against the Chargers, whoop-de-doo. Lost to the Broncos, wow.
That was bad.
You beat the Jets, congrats. You beat the Bengals, whoop-de-doo. You lost to the Chiefs, okay, in a good game, and you beat the Patriots. I'm not impressed with any of that. The Dolphins do look very good, but the Raiders are also playing for a playoff spot too, so they're going to have some motivation.
Remember when the Raiders got whooped by the Falcons? We haven't mentioned that. They lost by 40 points.
40.
And they almost they barely beat the Jets. They almost lost them. The difference here, and they lost to the Chargers, but the difference is they made a dynamic quarterback change. There is a change in their team. That's why I like it. Give me the points for the home dog. All right. That'll do it for our Saturday slate of games. Now we're on to the Sunday slate. Our first game on the 1 p.m.s, we have the New York Giants at the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are favored by 11 points, although this line's kind of hard to find right now. We're going off of DraftKings lines right here. Over-under set at 45.
I think the spread's a little too high. No?
Yeah, I don't know. The Giants are an enigma. I still don't hate my
Second
pick.
most confusing behind the 49ers.
Yeah, I agree. Like last week, they were getting points, and we all thought it was a joke, but I mean, they held Cleveland to 20 points. They only scored 6, but
Yeah, I just think with the Giants' offense being as weak as it is, and the people figuring them out after the run game, they don't have enough options. So give me the Ravens. I don't like the spread, but the Ravens are the hotter team. Giants are kind of fading out with that whole crappy division. I mean, they still have a shot, but it's just they're just not putting 2 and 2 together. And Daniel Jones in and out, doesn't really matter to me. They just don't have the offense to kind of keep up with what Lamar Jackson's doing at the moment.
oh, me. Okay, you want me to go? I'm also taking the Ravens. I think the Ravens like to beat up on bad teams, and without Daniel Jones or without a healthy Daniel Jones, they are a bad team. Giants defense will do well and probably will hold Lamar for a little bit, but I think that defense is going to eat them up. Like they ate up Jacksonville last week. I'm shocked Jacksonville scored as many points as they did, but it was all in garbage time. So I think they cover the spread, win by 2.
Oh, they went up early. I think were up 3-0 and then scored nothing for like 3.5.
They were shut out for the longest time. They didn't score 7 until James Robinson caught something in the third quarter.
Oh, my bad. Yep.
I was very fantasy invested into the game. That's why.
Fair. I mean, this is a lot of points, and that's why I'm going with the Giants here. The one difference here, yes, the Ravens have been beating up on bad teams, but this Giants team still has something to fight for, unlike the Jags.
Fair.
And I don't feel comfortable laying that much against a team that I hate so much.
I don't hate it. I think they just need to figure out how to put points on the board.
Yep.
Defense will be fine. All
They got
right.
receivers. I don't know that Colt McCoy is that much worse than Daniel Jones. So.
Yeah, no, that's true. All right, let's go to the next game. We have Knicks Atlanta Falcons at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 10.5 points at home. Over under set at 54. Nick, lead us off.
Falcons already used up their 2 games that they play defense in. They may keep this close for a little bit, but there's no way they have the cornerbacks to cover Hardman, Watkins, Hill, and in that group of
You
people.
don't think
It's going to be. I think Terrell's actually done very well this year, but with the other cornerback going down, with Oliver and KZ going down, This Tyler Hart, tall guy, got absolutely torched in the second half. It's not going to be a close game. They have too many injuries on the defense, and they don't have enough to kind of put it together to contain these guys. It's like the Falcons. Like, it doesn't matter. They're just going to keep on throwing it. And if you keep on throwing it against the Falcons, you're going to find issues. They're not a defensive passing team. They're awful at defensive passing. So give me the Chiefs in this game. In 10.5 at home, it's Falcons don't have the firepower to stop this team.
I'm taking the Chiefs here as well, and I think that a lot of people that this line, the Chiefs have been playing a lot of close games the past 5 weeks, but they've been playing against good teams, other than the Raiders, which are decent, not good. But I just think that they're going to blow away the Falcons and not only win by 3, 4, 5 points this time.
The Falcons got to play Tom Brady and Anthony Lynn the last 2 weeks. This week they get to play Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid. Chiefs by 1 billion.
Well said.
That Chiefs over is at 33.5. You like it?
Yeah, I mean, I do like just the over in general because I feel like the Chiefs will just get up so many fucking points that they'll just play soft defense and garbage Falcons points. Is Julio playing?
Questionable.
You doubt it?
I'd be surprised if he suits up again because there's no point.
Gurley's basically not playing anymore.
Yeah, Gurley's not playing.
I heard Ito's a starter now.
Yeah.
So there's no point to. It's just literally engage.
Engage 8. Oh, all right. Well, that's your take from the sad Falcons fan there, and.
No, I mean I hope they lose by 1 billion.
Yeah, we'll see. They covered last week, so who knows? Let's move to the next game. Another AFC South team. We have the Carolina Panthers against the Washington football team. The line is footballs minus 2.5. Over/under set at 44.5. This line came up and down. I don't know why. Is there something I'm missing? Is it because of the Dwayne Haskins stripper photo?
I didn't think of that until right before you said it, and that might be it because I can't think of. Oh, CMC, but I don't think he's going to move it that much.
I don't even.
I think he 100% moves it that much if he's playing or
not. I just don't think he's playing.
I don't think he's playing, but if he's in, then that line is 100% moving.
If McCaffrey plays, I mean,
there's been reports that he's going to try to play this week, but that's been the past 2 weeks as well. So,
yeah. Damn.
You want me to flip a coin?
No, I'm trying to evaluate because there's so many injuries with this. Like, is Gibson playing?
I doubt it.
I wouldn't put too much thought into it with all the injuries and.
You know what? Fuck it. Give me the Panthers. Taking the Panthers. I think the fact that they played on Saturday against a good Green Bay team, and they kind of held their own. They covered a spread that we all thought they would. They were down a decent amount, but I think the Packers are a lot better than Washington. And Washington's front seven is very good, but Teddy's been scrambling like crazy this year. He's got the weapons to beat him, and if McCaffrey plays, then for sure.
If McCaffrey plays, I'm taking the Panthers, but I'm projecting that he isn't, so give me Washington.
Damn it.
For the exact same reasons that you said. I just think that the front seven's too good. The defense is playing well. They're putting stuff together. Hey, I would love the Panthers to win. It makes the Falcons move up in the draft order. But give me the Washington. I'm
taking the footballs here as well. Just, again, they have something to play for. That front seven's been beastly, and the Panthers have been feisty all year, but I at some point, I just can't trust them.
I'll take a footballs win by 1.
I did see Barstool say that they should change the name to the Lincolns. Is that something common around the Washington Lincoln? The Lincolns?
I have not heard that.
Well, what? It's George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. That's the tie.
Washington Lincolns. It's like the
presidential Just call them the fucking Washington Presidents then. But I like the Red Hawks or Red Tails, whatever the fighter planes group was called.
Ooh, yeah, but they're gonna get so much backlash if they do
They're
that.
still gonna
No, that was floated out. That was like, I feel like one of the more popular theories when it came out.
No, I know, but you're still gonna get some asshole. Oh, that you're basically just saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
People suck.
I hear you.
I do like the team name though, so hopefully it sticks. Football club is not my favorite. All right, let's go to the next game. We have the Cleveland Browns at the 1-win New York Jets. The Jets are getting 9.5 points as dogs at home. 46.5 is the over/under. I'll lead off. I'm taking the Jets. I think they're starting to gain momentum. They've covered a few spreads. They should have 2 wins at this point, and Darnold really wants to stay in New York. He said it, and he made sure that they didn't get the Lawrence pick. And at this point, if they're trying this hard, they're clearly not tanking. I don't know. Maybe they are, but 9.5 points is a lot to a Browns team that isn't that great. Give me the Jets.
I think the Browns team is better than you think. I kind of like them to win this game, and I think the Jets are gonna do in typical Jets fashion. Is like they go out and win a game, and then they remind everyone how bad they actually are.
Lose by
They get
50.
whooped by the Browns. So I think the Browns have put together a little bit better of a kind of overall game. The offense is somewhat, and they like beating up on bad teams. The Browns, give me the Browns. Yeah, nothing more.
I'm going with New York here. I don't think it has anything to do with momentum. But the one thing that the Jets are decent in they're actually best in the league is stopping the run.
Correct.
And 9.5 is a lot of points.
I like it. Yeah, they can stop the run. It'll be interesting. Or Sam Darnold throw 3 pick sixes. Who knows? It's always a wild card. I hope
to be able to stop the run too when teams are even running on them more than often because they're usually ahead trying to run out the clock. I think that they'll keep it somewhat close.
Yeah. Frank Gore, the leader of the clubhouse, getting it done.
Oh my God.
All right, let's move to the next game. We have the Chicago Bears at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Wow, this is a shitty slate of Sunday games. Oh my God.
It is.
The only game I want to watch so far is the Chiefs Falcons. All right, we have the Bears at the Jags. Jags are getting 7.5 points at home. 47 is the over/under. Bears. It's a lot of points for the Bears, who aren't that great, but they put it to the Vikings, who are a much better team than just Jaguars. And I don't know, the Bears are still have a playoff chance. So I think Trubisky's starting to.
Not a good chance.
Give me the Bears.
I think it's like 40% chance right now, but
I'm just saying
no, it's a good chance. I'm saying.
Yeah, and I can't believe it. I would have pegged them for dead a couple of weeks ago when they went on a huge losing streak, but here they are.
What a roller coaster to start 5-1 and then lose 6 straight or something. But I'm going with the Bears here too. I think that this defense is just too good, and they're going to be able to. The offense has actually been scoring, I think, 30 points the past 3 weeks in a row since Mitch has been back. So they'll cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon here, Bears, just because the Jags mayor comes out and says, "Hey, thanks for the early Christmas present to us Jets fans." I think the Jags are not gonna blow that another way to somehow get gifted Trevor Lawrence and then somehow come back and make this a close game. So
Doug Marrone comes out. Yeah, we're gonna start looting this week. Yeah. I don't know why, but the owner told me to.
So yeah, Bears.
Nice. Okay, round of Bears there. Finally, back on the train with all of us. Let's go to the next game, and the 3-win Cincinnati Bengals, who came away with a nice one on Monday Night Football against the Steelers, are at the Houston Texans. Texans are favored by 8.5 points at home. 45.5 is the over/under. Resident Bengals fan, you're up.
First, I would just like to say, fuck the Steelers. That is all. But I actually want to go back and look. I think that I've gotten the Bengals wrong all but like a couple of weeks. Every time I go against them, they at least cover. And I honestly think that, however sad this is, that it might be a little bit of a letdown, just emotionally. Monday night game, a little bit shorter of a week, And hey, we've done our job this year. We fucked over the Steelers. Honestly, Zach Taylor deserves another year because of that. And I'm taking the Texans.
I'm taking the Texans as well. I think the Bengals are crappy. I think that the Steelers ran into a Steelers team that's been struggling to put 2 and 2 together. And the Texans offense hasn't looked that bad. And Deshaun Watson can make plays that Ben Roethlisberger can't. So in those plays where Ben forces it into a kind of an area and takes one that goes a little short, I think Watson can kind of run and make that extra first down to kind of break that open. Bengals going to let down after a miracle win, so give me the Texans.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to live in the moment and take the Bengals. It's a lot of points. Texans aren't good. They
Exactly.
are.
How are they getting 8.5?
Yeah, it's a shockingly large number. I do not have it at this. I think I had it at 7 after the win, but I mean, the Bengals have only covered this spread twice in the last 6 weeks, and one was the Steelers win. The other was a loss to the Giants, I think. They haven't been playing great teams either. It's too hard to trust. I don't love it. It's probably my least favorite pick of the week, but it's Texans minus 8.5. Sadly.
That's when the Bengals were dead to Nick when they covered against the Giants.
What did you take?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
Forgot about that one.
There's been so many, I kind of forgot about that. Jesus. Would you tease this down? How much?
Yes, I would
you
do.
You don't think the Bengals are winning, right?
I can see it happening for sure.
The Texans aren't good. To put this as part of a teaser just sucks. Like, I put in a 4-team teaser when the lines first came out, which is stupid. I know. But this was not one of them because I just don't trust the Texans enough.
Yeah, but the Bengals suck.
I agree. The Texans suck too.
Nick, I'm entertaining it. It's a short list of show teaser bets.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Bucks as the first one.
I like the Bears better. The game we just talked about, down to 1.5 against the Jags.
You see that? I'm like petrified that the Jags just go fucking win.
Yeah, I have it.
But the Jags are a somewhat poorly ran organization, but it's not like the Jets. Like, I just don't like the Jets, Browns, Bengals, and maybe even the Chargers. I'm sorry. Or like, I just expect those bad things to happen where they give up Trevor. Hey, I included the Bengals in that, sir. But
no, we suck. I hate the owner. I hate the coach. I love the GM.
Fair.
But
all right, next game. Way too much time on those two shitty teams.
Yeah, I'll entertain it, Nick. All right, let's go to the actual good game of the 1 p.m. slot. The Indianapolis Colts at the Pittsburgh Steelers that we just talked about. The Steelers are getting 1.5 points at home. That's a loose line because they just played last night. Over-unders at 44.5. I think it's pretty obvious based off of how they played against the Bengals that the Colts is my pick. I think I'm going to bet the Colts. I'm going to bet the Colts to win the Super Bowl this year. I don't think they necessarily can.
What?
I think. Oh, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I think they can win the Super Bowl as long as they get past the Chiefs. I think they're the second best team in the AFC, without a doubt. And if they can get past the Chiefs, or if they can, hopefully someone else beats them. Maybe the Titans go and do it this year. Then the Colts could win the Super Bowl. I just think their defense is elite.
They're better than the Bills.
Exactly. I was going to ask that.
I think they're a better team than the Bills. Yeah, I do. I think the defense can hold Josh Allen in check, and I think the Colts offense. I mean, here's the thing with the Colts: the running game looks alive again. Jonathan Taylor looks like the actual pick that everyone thought he was. T.Y. Hilton looks back, and Phillip Rivers was doing it without those two guys for most of the year with this hodgepodge group of morons. So now he has 3 tight ends, 3 receivers, 4 running backs, and the defense is elite. So. Yeah, I think the Colts are great. Give me them here at -1.5. I think this is short list of locks. I think they're that good of a team.
I hate going narratively based, but I just I don't see how Mike Tomlin and Ben Roethlisberger lose 4 straight in the middle of a playoff hunt. I think that they are way too good of an organization as a whole and have been so good for so fucking long. They're more steady somehow than the Patriots. And that's a lie. They're not as the past 20 years, but they're close to it. And I just don't see this happening. To be, they're a 2-point underdog right now on DraftKings, and I don't understand how they're a 2-point dog when they're 11-4.
You really must be high. I've never seen you say so many nice things about the Steelers.
I hate to admit it, but it's all true.
I tend to agree. I mean, as much as the Colts running game is back, I think the defense kind of picks this team up a little bit. And I think this is going to be a very close game. I don't think it's as much of a lock as I think you think it is.
Wow, jeez. Okay, I thought we were all going to be on the Colts. I'm the lone man.
Yeah, I'm going to go with
River.
the fact that I just think that Mike, this is rock bottom for this franchise as far as they like after they went 11-0 and beat the Ravens. I mean, yeah, like beat the Ravens for the second time. I thought they were going to go 16-0.
It was like, where's the loss? Name the loss.
They could have like it was literally the Colts here and then the Bills in a week.
The Bills.
It's like those but they could have gotten 15-1. It could have been one of the best teams in the AFC. I just think they turn it around here. The Colts haven't really done much of impressive stuff. The last 2 games they've beaten the last 3 games they've beaten the Texans twice, which isn't anything to write home, and they only won by 6 and 7. They beat up on the Raiders, which isn't. I think the Raiders are showing their true colors, and then they got whooped by the Titans. I just don't think the Steelers. I think the Steelers wide receivers will start catching some balls a little bit more.
Yeah,
turning the ball over. So
here's
I think they turn around.
The thing that worries me about the Colts the most is Phillip Rivers. But fun little nugget here. In the last 10 years, Phillip Rivers has played in Pittsburgh against the Steelers twice. Both wins, including a massive come-from-behind victory on Sunday Night Football. Just saying.
Yeah, I think Mika Fitzpatrick in that defense makes a couple plays and gets him that win.
Oh, he is 1,000,000% throwing a pick. You want to
anytime pick.
Phillip Rivers anytime interception is easy money.
Yeah.
Probably going to be minus 250 to be honest, but I just don't think they have the pass rush. I think hey, the Colts have one of the best blocking lines in the league. Double team fucking TJ Watt, no Bud Dupree. Good luck.
No Bud Dupree. They've lost 4 linebackers now in the past. 3 of them in the past 4 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. The defense is banged up. Like, it's still good, but it's not elite. So anyway, I think it's going to be the best game of the week. I'm definitely going to be tuning into that one. So that does it for our 1 p.m. games. Let's move on to the 4 p.m. slate. We have the Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers minus 3.5, over under at 48.5. I am petrified to pick this because I think we don't cover when we're favored like this, and Anthony Lynn will definitely find a way to fuck it up. But give me the Chargers minus 3.5. The offense has looked pretty good. We'll have Keenan Allen actually healthy for this game, so it's not all Justin Herbert now.
So fun. I don't know if Matt Limonati told you that Mike Baldner said that he had inside information that Keenan Allen was not going to play, and he was really injured last weekend. So he didn't say anything to fantasy owners. But I do like the Chargers.
Thanks, Mike.
I yelled at him, Bird.
The Chargers offense
still won by 30.
A lot better than what Denver is putting up. But I'll never trust the Broncos to really put up the points. Give me the Chargers. I think they have too many weapons on offense.
All right. Well, I am alone here because I am taking the Broncos solely, again, fairly narrative based, but it's divisional. It's more than 3 points. And the Chargers, if they're going to win this, it's going to be a crazy finish of somehow. It's not going to be, oh, yeah, they won by 8 and it was never really in question.
The only time we've won a game by more than 3 points this year was against the Jags. So I fully get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's really all I have. It's going to be a late come-from-behind win or a close game late with a divisional opponent.
I mean, we had a 20-something point lead against these fuckers and lost.
Yeah. I forgot about that when he danced.
Yeah, and so Drew Lock, has his best games against us. I'm sure he'll have another good one this week on a long week of rest. But we had a longer week of rest, so give me the Chargers. And, yeah, lone man there. is Lib. Next game, we have a nice little playoff divisional game here. Playoff potential. The Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are getting 2. 49.5 is the over-under. I'll lead off. I think it's the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts has definitely revamped the offense. Not only can he run, but he's looking like the Oklahoma quarterback who can just throw deep balls again. Like Carson Wentz couldn't connect on a deep ball. He was just doing short checkdowns. And the fact that Hurts can stretch the field a little bit is huge for them. And I think that the Cowboys, I mean, Tony Pollard looked a lot better than Zeke, but Andy Dalton just doesn't look like he's really got it. I mean, they did beat the Niners, but it looked like they were just struggling the whole time. I don't know. And the Niners aren't that great either. I think the Eagles can stop the run and put a lot of pressure on Dalton. Give me the Eagles.
I like the Eagles as well. The thing that I like about Hurts is that he's not really throwing the deep ball like leading the receiver. He's throwing it more like in college, where Tom Brady does the deep ball, where he throws it where his kind of receiver can go up and get it.
Yeah,
and Jeffrey can do that. That's he's not gonna outrun you, Jeffrey.
All their guys are big too. Ward's big, Ertz, Jeffrey. I mean, they're all.
So I do like that, and I like quarterbacks that do that because it gives them a better chance for your receiver to make a play, and then the defensive player to get that defensive pass interference. And I like how Hurts has been playing, and I think that's a big key. The two big keys are that where he's doing better than Wentz, and two, that he's being more decisive on getting out of the pocket because his offensive line stinks. He's more decisive of moving it out and getting the 5, 6, 7 yards, and Wentz scrambling and then making a dumb throw. So as much as I do think Wentz is probably going to be a quarterback in the future for, if not the Eagles, for any other team, I think Hurts is playing it a little bit better. And give me the Eagles in a division game because I feel like the Eagles are just going to stick around somehow and make it close for Washington, and maybe they squeak in if they do win out. The Eagles still can win out.
Yeah,
and,
it's a game for the playoffs for sure. They have a chance, and it's very interesting to see who's going to be the top of the NFC East. So
I can see
NFC beast.
Matt, what do you think?
I mean, we're all going to be Eagles here. I just think that both these teams have been have looked a little bit better the past couple of weeks, but the Eagles have actually been playing good teams. Cowboys have been playing the Niners and Bengals. So, yeah, their offense has looked a little better, but I think the Eagles have a better roster overall.
Fair. Do you guys think Carson Wentz will be here next year? He's already complaining.
It's going to be tough to trade him, and I just don't see how much value they're really going to get. I think he's going to be there. They're going to have to figure out what they want to do.
I agree. It's tough. I mean, Nick should know of large contracts for quarterbacks that you want to trade but can't. Right, Nick?
Yeah.
Matt Ryan that's a tough comparison.
I mean, they show the Falcons getting Mac Jones this year in the draft.
Don't you owe Matt Ryan another $90 million? And it's all guaranteed almost.
Yeah.
So,
but the Bears at 5-1 should have traded for Matt Ryan. That's actually somebody that you would versus Carson Wentz. He's more. I would pay more for Matt Ryan right now as a team with a short window than I would for Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz would be a reclamation project, quote unquote.
I don't even know where the Bears win.
Okay, let's move to the next game. We have the Los Angeles Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 1.5 points, over under 47.5. Yeah, this 4 o'clock slate's a lot better.
Yeah, I can't see the Rams as much as I want to say. I can't see them losing 2 straight. They're going to. Seahawks are the more complete team at the moment, even though I have no idea what the Rams are doing on offense because it doesn't make any sense. And I think they get back on track. But even the defense couldn't even stop the run. And with Chris Carson back and a little bit more, I don't know. Just give me the Seahawks. I hate this game. It's just too much of a coin flip, but Seahawks.
I'm going with the Seahawks here too. This is very close to deciding the division. And I just think that the Seahawks are a better team. They're definitely a better offense and definitely a worse defense. But I just think that Seahawks need a get right game, and I think this might be a spot against a team they know well.
Fair. I don't think there's any group of people in the world that are more pissed off right now than the Los Angeles Rams for losing to the Jets. They're fighting for the playoffs right now just as much as most of the teams we've been talking about. So I think I'm going to take the Rams here. Russell didn't look good against Washington at all. I mean, he struggled mightily against a team that was rushing him well. And I think the Rams have a similar defense in terms of the strength of the defensive line and the cornerback group. So give me the Rams. I think they're going to get it. This is a perfect bounce back spot for them, I think. Doesn't help that Cam Akers is out. I don't love that, but because he did look pretty good, even though the stat line
got two good backs.
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They have Henderson, they have Brown. They've been doing this all year, so I don't think it's going to mess up the offense. And you know, I don't think Seattle will create a little bit of pressure, but not enough to really throw off Goff. So I'll go with the Rams. I wish the line was better. I wish we get more points. I'm surprised Seattle's not favored by just 3. Like, that's wild to me.
I think it's the Seahawks defense and the Rams wide receivers. They're projecting them.
Yes, but like the Seahawks defense hasn't been that bad the last few weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they've been playing bad teams, but
very bad teams.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So that'll do it for our 4 p.m. slate. Do we want to do a quick jump to trivia or after Sunday Night Football?
Yeah, let's jump to trivia because I have to take a shit. So.
All right, so before we jump into the Sunday Night Football game, let's turn to Cometa for today's trivia. Nick, what do you got for us?
So a couple weeks ago on Thanksgiving, we had some nice trivia questions about teams playing on Thanksgiving and the tradition, and I kind of stumped you all with the Lions playing the most games. Let's go to two-part question here for Christmas.
Oh, God.
Which team has played the most games on Christmas Day? And there are 2 teams that have the best record on Christmas at 2-0. What 2 teams are those?
Steelers is my first guess.
What team has the most games played is your first answer. And then which teams have the best record at 2-0?
Steelers for 2-0 and Steelers for most games played.
Steelers and Packers are first to mind for most games played. I'll go Packers.
And so, yeah, let's do that first.
Let's
go most games played first.
Yep.
You have Packers, Livinati.
Steelers.
You have Steelers. All right. Now let's go to.
Well, what's that?
Well, I'm not going to give you that.
Okay.
Damn it.
I'll tell you it after you give me the second part, which is.
I'll do Steelers 2-0, and I'll say Cowboys 2-0.
I'll say Packers Chiefs.
Packers and Chiefs. All right. So none of you guys are right on the most games played. The Cowboys have played 5 games on Christmas Day, but the record is 2-3. The Steelers have the best record at 2-0, tied with the Philadelphia Eagles at 2-0.
Okay.
Your Chargers are also undefeated, 1-0. Jets are 1-0. But also some notables. The Bengals are on here, I believe. They are 0-1.
Oh, shocker.
So obviously they have
primetime game. Whoa. Ryan Finley just won a primetime game. The primetime curse is gone forever. I don't have to deal with it anymore.
Sure. Yeah,
the Falcons have not played on Christmas, so I haven't gotten my heart broken on Christmas. But your Chargers have given you some Christmas joy, Bird. 1-0.
Nice.
And the Falcons have not played.
So a little side story on this. I kind of knew the Steelers one, or I had a feeling on the Steelers one because I think it was 3 years ago. I was in a fantasy championship. It was the Steelers-Texans. I had DeAndre Hopkins with 11 points, and he had like 1 catch going into the 4th quarter. And all of a sudden, he caught like 2 passes in a row and then a fade zone. They lost like 36-7, but I'm screaming because he just won me a fantasy championship. So that's my fun little story from Christmas Day. I was at my family for the first Christmas, and I'm screaming at the TV because DeAndre Hopkins got a touchdown.
That's great.
Well,
But
there
yeah,
it is. So stump to there again, guys.
nice trivia. Yeah, I got part of it. I feel good about that. Okay, fun stuff. Let's just jump right into the Sunday Night Football game. We have the Tennessee Titans at the Green Bay Packers. Packers are favored by 3.5 points at home. Over-unders 56. What do you guys think?
Give me the Titans. This is gonna be, I think, my first team in which I'm maybe not taking a favorite. I think the Titans' run game is gonna kind of take over and control the clock. I think they have somewhat of a secondary to kind of shut down Devontae Adams a little bit, and I don't think the Packers have enough to kind of take over this game. So I like the Titans to control the clock and make this a close game and potentially even win this game, just because I like what Tannehill's doing. I like what Henry's doing. The offense is kind of clicking, so give me the Titans.
You know, Nick, I'm oddly with you. Like, I looked at this game and immediately wanted to put it on the teaser. I was just like, the Titans could win this game outright. Like, they kind of have the perfect setup to beat the Packers and just pound the rock against them, run the clock, control the clock. Packers are bad at stopping the run, and, they'll have enough play action to set up some deep balls. I think the Packers will also score a shit ton of points, so they could easily come back. But I feel like this is a game where the Packers just probably edge it out and don't cover the spread. So give me the Titans.
I want to be with you guys, but now I just want to be contrarian. But I'm sticking.
I know I was on the fence about it, but
I'm sticking with the Titans here too. These two teams both are obviously still fighting for positioning. I mean, it almost seems like Green Bay essentially has it locked up, but not quite yet. And I think that this is going to be a close game. I think that I could see either team winning. I'm taking the points.
Wow. So a full round of Titans. Wow. Bet the Packers. Hammer the Packers.
Exactly.
That's wild. It should be a good Sunday night game. 2 playoff teams, a lot of scoring. So let's move to the next game. We have the Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots. The Pats are 7.5 dogs at home in a meaningless game that does not matter for the division, for playoffs. The Pats are gone. And, I mean, selfishly, I'm going to say, the rain is over. It's just nice to see. Surrounded by Boston fans, it's tough sometimes.
I mean, every Patriots fan is like, well, what would you do in the last 20 years? I mean, I know.
Oh, every Pats fan laid out a scenario how they were going to win the division or make the playoffs to me 2 weeks ago, and then they lost 2 in a row. I was like, yeah, there go your hopes. Yeah, it's wild. So anyway,
I don't see. And Gilmore is out.
Gilmore's out. Over under 46, by the way.
What was that?
Over under 46.
Yeah, give me the Bills. I think this is going to be kind of the there was a nail in the coffin, but this is going to be the burial for the Patriots. I think the Bills really want to make a statement. They're clicking a little bit more on offense. I really actually want to take the Patriots in this, but without Gilmore on Diggs, I don't want to. I'm not taking it.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head because they've already had the nail in the coffin, and this is the knife in the back to be like, fuck you, Belichick. Fuck this rain. We're taking over. I like the Bills to cover here, and they're obviously the way better team, and I think they want to just stick it to Patriots fans, Belichick, everyone.
I'm going to go Pats. As much as I don't want to take them, I think it's just too many points, and Diggs is banged up. He probably will play, but why bother? You've won the division, and you probably...
no, this is all about seeding.
What?
It's all about seeding.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, you basically can't play for a bye at this point, and I mean, why try throwing out your best offensive player, second best offensive player, just to beat down the Pats, even though the division's locked up? I mean, I'm not saying they're not going to try. I just think like they'll be more cautious with guys. They're not going to push guys through injuries and stuff like that. And I think the Patriots. I mean, Bill Belichick's still going to get his guys up for a division game on primetime football. So I don't know. Give me the Pats. I just think it's too many points. So
Fair.
All right. That's it for our picks this week. Lot of difference. I feel like last week we had a lot of consensus picks. We don't have too many this week, actually. We only have Titans, Eagles, Bucks, Cardinals, and Vikings. And Chiefs. Shit, we have 5.
Texans, Bears.
And Bears and Texans. Shit.
We had a lot.
Well, I feel like I forgot we started off with a lot, and then we kind of differentiated towards the bottom there, but we actually do have 7 of the 16 games as consensus. So make sure to do a 17 parlay and take all the others on that one. But yeah, should be interesting. I can't wait to win the week yet again because I've just been on fire lately. So I think it's that time for A+ locks. Lib, you get to first pick this week.
I know, and I'm trying to figure out where to go still. I don't understand how one of my more confident lines here is the Bears laying 7.5, and I'm locking them up against the Jags.
Bears.
So gross.
Faith in the Bears. Wow.
All right, Nick, do you want to go now or you want me to go? And then the other.
No, I'll go. I'll take the what's it called? Where was it? Why is my screen? I'm gonna take the Buccaneers minus 9.5. I'll let you get the Chiefs, which is
I was looking at.
Which is what I think you're gonna go, and that's why I wasn't gonna do it. So go ahead, take the Chiefs. I will. I'll take the Bucks.
Well, you know what's funny? My pivot move, if you went with the Chiefs, is actually the Colts, and I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I know you guys both like the Steelers, but I think the Colts are just. I don't see how they lose the game, but you left it open for me, so I won't burn you. I'm going to take the Chiefs minus 10.5. That's my A+ lock for this week. So let's move over to the A+ over-unders for the week. Nick was the only one to win his last week with the Chiefs Saints. So, Nick, you get first pick on over-unders. And
let me go with over-unders.
Falcons Chiefs over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to dive back into that well, but I'm already a foot into that. I do like the Titans Falcons over as well. But yeah, give me the Chiefs Falcons over just because it went well for me last week. And once again, I've said the Falcons can't score, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs score 50 themselves.
All right. So Nick has the Falcons Chiefs over. Lib? You got one or you want me to go?
You can go for it. I doubt you're going to take what I'm looking at.
So I'm between 2, and it's really if I want to play under or over, because I really like the Giants-Ravens under 45. I just feel like that's 2 teams that can play defense and shit offense, but I could also see Lamar dropping 40 himself like he did last week. So I'm actually going to go Titans-Packers over 56. Big number, but I, for some reason, just have a feeling that it's going to hit. I don't love how high it is, but 27-30, I could see.
No, I like it. It was looking at it's just already so high, but it's I still feel like it's going to hit. You guys both took high overs.
I wanted an over this week.
Yep.
And that seemed like
I'm going an over too, but I'm just going one of the lower over-unders, and I'm taking one okay offense, one shitty offense, and 2 terrible defenses. Bengals, Texans over 45.5.
Oh, that's got under city all over
it. With my over-under record, what are you talking about?
Yeah, actually, it's funny. Nick is in the lead at 4-3 with the over-unders. I am in the lead at 5-3 with the A+ lock. So, and you were in the lead with neither.
Whatever. I'm coming back in A+ locks at least.
Just
baby.
just to refer back to it, our A+ locks and over-unders on the year, Nick is 8-10 overall, Lib is 5-10 overall, and I am
Oh, yeah.
8-7 overall. So hopefully I don't go 0-2 again and send me into the negative. But those are our A+ locks and over-unders for the week. Yeah. Anything else? Oh, we should jump into Survivor.
You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
It's getting down there. I know a lot of people are out of it. I am still alive. Very nice.
Still
Sorry for anyone who took the Rams.
Yeah. So the pool I'm in lost about 30% of the pool on the Rams-Jets game, but about 40% had the Titans, which is the pick I had. We did lose some from the Steelers, so thank you, Bengals. About 11 people there, too. So, yeah, my pool is down to about 180 right now, which is big. I guess, I mean, what are your favorite teams this week? Obviously, I think, Ravens, Chiefs are the two top ones almost every week.
So more importantly, what's your prize pool? What are you picking this week?
So my lean this week, I have the Bucks.
Okay,
So
you're riding the Lions, which is where I would like to go. I think that is the strongest lock. Obviously, the Chiefs is number one.
If you have yes, that is the 100% play.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think I can take the Bucks again. I feel like this is a good pick. I don't think they're going to let this game go. And I mean, the only other pick that worries me, and I think most of the people in the pool will go with this because not many people have the Bucks left. Browns at the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I think a lot of people are going to go because the pool I'm in shows pick availability, so I can see how many people can have the teams left. Only 50 have the Bucks, so out of the 180. So most of the people won't be on that game, but about 110 have the Browns. So I feel like that's the play to go because I think 5 people have the Chiefs and Ravens left. So I don't think those. I mean, those are going to be seldomly picked.
No, you're going to start seeing the highest picks are now going to be the shitty teams that people purposely didn't pick. It's going to be like Browns, Bears, and Texans are going to be some of the highest picked teams this week.
Yeah, I agree. So I think just go with the Bucks, stick with the strong suit, and then next week, as of now, I don't know if I'm going to stick with this. I have the Pats. That's my only fear.
Yeah, but I mean,
but I don't know if I'd save the Tampa Bay Bucks for a Falcons rematch after what I just saw. I mean,
yeah.
the only other games that are possible week 17 are Minnesota at Detroit. So just keep riding against Detroit, or I don't know. I could probably play Washington, and I don't know. Washington against Philadelphia doesn't make me comfortable, and then there's Dallas and the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, you could always wait and see where the injury report is. I think you go with the strongest game right now, which is the Bucks and Lions.
Yeah.
So next week, you look at next week. I mean, I don't think the Bucks make it a close game next week against the Falcons, but you never really know what the Falcons are going to show, what they're going to, how they're going to play each week. So I do like the Bucks this week, and then obviously the Browns is another good one.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably have the Bears, and I think that's a decent option. You're scraping the bottom of the barrel in week 16.
Let's see. Yes, every single person, all but one person in the pool has the Bears left. So I think there will be a decent amount of Bears. I really think Cleveland's probably going to be heavily picked. I mean, yeah, let's see. 20 people actually have the Ravens. Only 10 have the Chiefs. So those will probably get swooped up as well, but you never know. So yeah, I think the Bucks is the play, and then next week I'll wing it with either Minnesota or New England. I think that's the play.
There it is.
Watch how many people in your specific league save the Chiefs for next week against the Chargers, and the Chiefs have the bye locked up and lose to the Chargers.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, if that happens, people will not use them. But imagine going the whole season and not using them. We'll probably fucking lose to whoever their backup is. So yeah, thanks for the advice. Hopefully I can make it all the way through. Although I'm kind of getting a little disappointed. So it's 71 grand. When you see that, you're like, holy shit. I've made it through 15 weeks, hopefully through 16. But there's 183 people, which is like $400. It's a little less than that. So I need a big takedown this week to really, I mean, $400 is $400, but
Yeah, but it's not.
I figured if I made it all the way, at least get a grand,
Yeah, I'm hoping to win 1,100 off that keeper league.
Yeah. Oh, let's just jump right into fantasy then. 4 for 4 in the playoffs. 4 championships for yours truly.
Championship matches.
Yes. Yeah. No. Four championship matches, and the worst part is the one that I got knocked out in, where I was debating the IDP decision. I had the highest point scored this week.
That sucked.
Yeah. Can't believe it. And the retard that beat me scored the lowest of everyone. So.
Oh, you're not even counting your teams that didn't make the playoffs, because I'm 2 for 3, but that's including the work league where I didn't even make the playoffs.
I'm counting the teams that didn't make the playoffs. This guy scored less than the non-playoffs.
Oh, you said 4 for 4. I meant, but never mind.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm 4 for 5. But of last week's matchups that I had, I made it to 4 of them. You're in 1, right?
I meant 2 for 3 for my
league.
2.
Okay, nice. Nick, you won. You're 1.
I am 1 and 3, and I did make my fantasy playoffs finals in my worst league possible. I don't know how. I end up facing, it's my family league. I faced my dad, so should be fun. It's
nice. So
the second out of two out of 3 years we faced each other in the final. So I won the first one 2 years ago. And the rematch is set for this year. I have one of the worst fantasy teams ever created. I've lost my first couple picks in Barkley and Dak Prescott in the 2 quarterback league. So should be fun.
Good luck.
So my real question to you guys: do I reach out to Danny and discuss splitting pots?
I already did in the one big money one. It's usually 1,101, and I said, "Hey, would you want to do like 300, 900?" Just, I feel like second place deserves a little bit more than making your money back. And I mean, we did a last year.
You're not even setting who gets what. Just like
he's just adjusting the payout structure versus straight split.
Yeah, second place gets 300 instead of 100.
Now I think as much as, I mean, you got to be worried about the Chiefs against the Falcons because Danny has Mahomes and Hill.
I mean, I'm definitely worried about that, but outside of that, the rest of his team doesn't scare me. I mean, he has Gibson in there, who I don't think is going to be playing, and I mean, I feel like I can beat him. My team's pretty solid. I mean, I have Green Bay against that Tennessee defense, so I'm not.
True. That'll be a shootout. You're right.
Swift and Marvin Jones tore him up. Imagine what Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams are going to do.
I need a big week from Adams. That was like his one disappointing week. I'm like, oh my God.
So what I had an agreement with Bill before this that we were going to do 300, 250. Winner gets $50 more because it's 550, right? That's what we have. Nick,
I think so.
Commissioner.
Correct.
Yeah. Correct. What the fuck are you looking at? So I think that'd be my proposal. Winner gets $50 more and the trophy. Really, honestly, I don't even care about the money in this league. It's about the trophy. I've been debating splitting in my other leagues that are basically just money, but this is a trophy league. I want that fucking thing sitting in VDC so you both have to look at it.
Oh, that would stink because we do walk by it more because it's right by the kitchen. Ugh, gross.
Oh, I'm definitely rooting for Danny at this point. I was rooting for Danny and Savannah. And it's not even really against you, Bird. It was just, I was definitely rooting against Bill.
Yeah, you're definitely rooting against me. Don't kid yourself. You just don't want it on your floor anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all good. So, yeah, I already had one kid reach out. You got to figure out splitting. General thought, splitting, you good with that? Or do you usually just say fuck it and go for it? Or is it kind of a team-by-team thing?
I mean, when I won the championship, I split. I don't know what you did, Matt.
Yeah,
I didn't split.
We split, didn't we?
I won 2 championships last year out of my 3 and split both.
We split.
50 on the front end.
Yeah, I took Nate said I think I took 70-30 because I think my team with McCaffrey and Barkley were just too. I beat him by like I think 50 in the finals, but I gave him a little bit of a chance because just in case something weird happens, but
Yeah.
So
Oh, shit! I gotta make some changes. Just realized Mostert's on the IR. All right, well, I'm excited to see how it goes, and if I don't talk to you guys between now and then, have a good Christmas and good luck with your championships.
Merry Christmas. Hopefully you do not go 0-4.
Yeah, that would really, really,
Don't
really
put
suck.
that on me, but
Don't put. I almost sent that to you today. Now, one of my teams is just stacked, and I'm projected to win by like 30 something.
Nice.
So that one I'm confident about. The rest, a little iffy, but if McCaffrey gets back, that'd be a huge boost to one of them for sure. So, anyway,
Enjoy the time off. Merry Christmas.
yeah, same to you. And I mean, I know we tried to keep this short, but outside of Nick's shit, we really didn't have too many pauses, and still managed to keep it under an hour and a half, but it's longer than I thought. So, anyway, for anyone listening, thank you for listening. Enjoy your Christmas. Enjoy your Chanukah, your Kwanzaa, whatever the fuck you're celebrating. And yeah, give it a listen around the holidays. Maybe share, subscribe. This is definitely a nice trial season, but I think the playoffs will hit our stride, and then next year we'll come back full force, right?
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
So anyway, thanks for listening, and enjoy the Christmas.
See ya.
Merry Christmas. See ya.